That was a fantastic morning.
Yes.
You agree, Andy?
Oh, you're talking to the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest mornings I've had on this trip.
So we got up very early at the gate, 5:30 at the park gate when it opened. Went in, didn't see anything for a while. We're getting a little bit worried that we weren't going to find anything. Then we came across a lioness on a mound. It was quite a nice shot, but she was quite thin. And as she walked off, we noticed she had a severe limp. One paw wasn't even touching the ground. And that's the same lioness we saw 3 or 4 months ago when we were here, and she was limping then. So it's quite amazing that she has survived for so long with an injury that severe. The rest of the pride must be helping her, obviously, and letting her feed at the kills. But yeah, I don't know if it hasn't healed in this long. I don't know if it will. So we carried on a bit, saw some more of this pride. This is the pride out by the Ihaha side. They were just lying around, so we kept moving, and then we found a beautiful little leopard who was hunting through the bushes next to the water, and we followed her for a while where we could, dodging other vehicles and jostling for space. But I think we got some really nice shots. At one point she was stalking some guineafowl, and the guineafowl were getting closer and closer and closer, and she was just lying dead still behind a bush. And then they spotted her and started making a huge racket, and she growled at them and then walked off, obviously very frustrated. And the guineafowl just followed her, yelling to warn everyone else that she was coming. So anyhow, we eventually lost her in the thick bush, and I hope she manages to catch something eventually. Then we drove all the way up to Ihaha campsite to check if there was availability, and there is, which is great. So we're now driving back to Kasane to do all our shopping, fuel, everything else, and then we will hitch up the trailer again, drive back into the park, set up camp, go out for an afternoon drive. So yeah, no afternoon nap for us today, Andy, I'm afraid.
It's okay. Survive.
Andy's busy writing our shopping list.
So far, I can't remember.
He's getting a bit fancy. We're going with like mustard. What did you say? Like hot sauce and mustard, and all sorts of posh things. But yeah, it's good. We need to stock up a bit, especially we finished our lettuce, our tomatoes are done. So we definitely need some more supplies. Alright, bye bye now. So we're here just up from Ellie Bay. All the elephants are in the shade. There's an absolutely tiny little baby in amongst them over there, and these Chobe elephants are so calm, they're so used to vehicles, but even Andy isn't worried.
No problem.
He's not stressed.
No, not at all.
Even with that huge window that doesn't close, the elephant could just reach in with its trunk and snap your neck. Nothing. What about this big bull next to you?
Okay, carry on going. Carry on going.
How does my beard look, Andy? In the video.
Looking very sharp, bro.
Does it look bushy?
Seeing you all look like a real man. Like me.
Like a real Andy. Should I explain the beard situation quickly? I'll give it a try.
I've convinced Rob. He's never had a beard before.
Never in my life.
Never. And it's lame.
And Andy has a beard.
Yeah, of course I do.
Always. And my wife always tells me how handsome Andy is. And but we're playing a little prank on our wives this trip. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna do my best to grow a beard, which is gonna be interesting. And then at the end of the trip, Andy's gonna shave his beard off, and we're gonna arrive back to our wives, and Andy's gonna have no beard, and I'm gonna have a beard, and they won't know who is who, and it'll be hilarious. So that's why we're doing this. In terms of logistics, we just went, packed up the trailer in Kasane, did the shopping, filled up with fuel, popped in at Pangolin again, and now we're dragging the trailer through to Ihaha to our campsite, and then we're going to try to do an afternoon drive. And we heard the big pride is of lions is at Puku Flats, so we're going to, on the way in, we're going to swing past Puku and see if we see them there. And hopefully we don't get stuck, because we are fully loaded now, full of fuel. We bought a bunch of water, and the elephant's coming. They're running. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get out of here. I've got a trailer, so it's not so easy. Just want to make space for these cars. Where can I turn?
Can't turn anywhere.
Okay, I can't see behind me at all, but I just want to get to a position where I can turn. I'm going to wait this out, because those guys are angry. And I don't want to... They want to come past here, but I'm a little bit... restricted in my movement. With the trailer going off the side there so I can spin, I think maybe once the herd is all together, we'll be okay. Yeah, I think those cars in front went in between and split the herd, and maybe that's what was making those big guys angry, because now everyone seems quite calm.
Jeez,
okay, he's still a little bit. I'm going to give them a minute. As I was telling Andy, these Chobe elephants, totally calm, never any problem with them. But I was also telling him that there's no such thing really as a Chobe elephant, that elephants move huge distances. So you could have a herd that's moved up from another area, from Zimbabwe, from somewhere else, that is not relaxed. So it pays to always be careful, or rather play it safe.
And there's lots of little ones around, so you better be aware of that.
Okay, I'm going to edge forward. I'd rather be in a situation where I can get out forwards. That guy was the angry one.
Just floor it.
So I just want to get past them. There's some more over there.
Go.
Yeah, we're going. There we go.
Okay.
Alright. Let's not get stuck here. Scary stuff. at our campsite. We drove back to Ihaha. We just dropped off the trailer. We didn't set it up at all. Went out for a quick drive. Didn't find the lions. We were heading home. Sun had set. Bit despondent about our lives, and came across the same leopard, we think, that we saw earlier today. And it went up in the bush. We managed to follow for a while. She was, we think, hunting some impala, but she didn't manage. But she kept sneaking around and moving and then rolling around. So it was really fantastic because we got her in some beautiful evening light. So now we're back at Ihaha campsite. This is campsite number 10, which is the same one that we had last time, which is great. It's very familiar to us. It's right down the end. And he's got a fire going for us. And we now just have to set up this trailer because it's just standing there under the tree, set up our tent, make some dinner, and possibly take a shower. Although we took 2 showers yesterday, so we think we can maybe get away with skipping today.